Hey everyone, it's me, I'm a Game Nerd here, bringing you my One Piece chapter 699 review, one chapter away from chapter 700, and alright, this chapter, it sort of disappoints me in the fact they don't really fight, that Aokiji and Don Flamingo don't really fight at all. It pretty much disappoints me they don't. However, I wasn't really expecting to see the fight if they did fight. I was expecting to see some of it, like Ace and Ace and Blackbeard, but we didn't. But they didn't really fight. Now, onto the thoughts of this. Now I'm going to explain the rest of this chapter. Basically, Aokiji freezes Don Flamingo after almost killing Smoker. They stare at each other a bit, then Don Flamingo walks away and says, "What does it stand for? Who is this Kazuo?" So I can't really pronounce. Sorry, I cannot pronounce Aokiji's first name for the life of me. And then he says it's easy to tell the two apart. And then as we move on, there's a conversation between Aokiji and Smoker where Aokiji basically states he didn't. It's like he joined the Marines without even trusting, which means there is a purpose to that. Like, we're giving which this pretty much also means we're giving hints about Aokiji's past and makes him a much more interesting character. And he also says he could probably achieve his goal a lot easier without even being a part of Marines. So then why do you need the Marines? And we'll probably know when we found his past. The next thing is that apparently this confirms that Don Flamingo is royalty, and yet, like, here, let me see here. But he doesn't have the presence of Boa Hancock, which it's interesting. Like, is he not as strong as Boa Hancock? Is he what? Like, does he not have as much power as Boa Hancock? Like, it'll be interesting to know like what exactly the presence of Don Flamingo it means compared to Boa Hancock. Then the second part of this chapter starts, and it's pretty comedic. Like Momonosuke is trying to kill Zoro because he thinks he stole one of Zoro's swords was stolen. He says it's not like that at all. And then damn, I'm forgetting his name. I think I just said it a while ago. Like, it was like Kishima or something. He basically asked where his son, Momonosuke is. I freaking called him his son's name a moment ago. And Nami says he's with Robin. And then we see Robin giving Momonosuke a bath. And then we and then Robin walks out with a towel holding Momonosuke. He's happy. He's like holding her boobs. And Kishima, Sanji, and Brooke scream at him, "You little pervert!" That part had me cracking up, and then all three of them pretty much scared him. And then later on, they all go to bed, and we see Momonosuke sleeping in the same bed as Robin and Nami, which I find hilarious. And then we go to the next morning. Now, it appears Law's plan worked. Don Flamingo has stepped down from his Shichibukai status. And everything, like, we don't even still know what Law's plan is. And even reports that Law and Luffy are in alliance. We may find out if Law will still have his Shichibukai status next chapter. But it feels weird that Law still has his Shichibukai status despite making alliance with a notorious pirate like Luffy. It's just a little weird to me. And then it's also reported Kid, Aperol, and Hawkins have all formed an alliance, but Law says they have nothing to do with us. They're doing their own thing, it looks like. And then Law's pretty much like, "Alright, I'm gonna give Don Flamingo Caesar back to Don Flamingo." And then Law calls Don Flamingo, and then we're probably going to know what happens next. Now, overall, this was overall a pretty good chapter of One Piece. Had some pretty funny moments, and this was a really well informative chapter. It was slow paced at times, and this was really a chapter you had to read at least in my case, you had to read multiple times to really understand everything that went on with this chapter. But overall, this was a great chapter of One Piece. I have to give it an 8 out of 10. Good, but the chapter felt a little slow. And it honestly raised some questions that could be considered plot holes. But overall, this was a nice chapter of One Piece. I give it an 8 out of 10. But yeah, anyways, I'm Anime Game Nerd signing out. Peace.